Alright everybody, welcome back to yet another stream. Just gonna try to finish out my Sunday night here with a little bit of farming. Been doing chores all day, I just want to kind of sit back and relax. I was having fun with this the other day, so might as well do a little bit more. I think I'm gonna utilize some of the points that I earned here. So, let me check out some of the rewards. And I think I'm gonna start with this can, because then I could just use one can and be a little bit more efficient with my clicking, I guess. But I think I want to go with for all the rewards. Like, I want to get the full outfit here. I want to get an herb sack. I want to get a seed box. So I'll probably end up doing a lot of streaming here for this, but let me get the can. So I have 100% remaining here on that. And we'll get some seeds, of course. Go here and here. And then I guess I can drop some of these watering cans now that I have the big one. Alright, off we go. Hey Akatsuki, welcome in. Hope your weekend has been well. Hope you're getting ready for a productive week. Gotta get back into the groove of this. Sorry if you guys hear any mumbling in the back. I'm doing all my Sunday chores, of course, so I have the dishwasher going, I have my dryer going. And I'm in a small studio apartment, so everything's right next to each other. I do have my audio set up to where the volume needs to meet a certain threshold. So hopefully you're not hearing anything, except maybe a little bit when I talk. Oh, you got your stuff going too? Classic. Every week, when I spend my entire Sunday doing chores and meal prepping and doing all the stuff to get ready for the week, I say this is the last time I leave everything for a Sunday. And inevitably, every Sunday, I have all my chores to do. Definitely need to try and spread it out over the week a little better. At least I can say that this week I went to the grocery store yesterday to buy all my stuff for cooking. Usually I do that on a Sunday morning too. What are you referring to with the minimalist life? You mean like life before a dishwasher? By the way, are you noticing anything weird with the stream? I'm getting some weird pop-ups here on Streamlabs saying I'm dropping frames. I actually just very recently started using my dishwasher. Usually I was just using it as a drying rack. I would wash everything by hand and just stick it in the dishwasher to let it dry. But I figured I make all the effort to put everything in there, might as well like run a cycle and deep clean it, I guess. I don't know. The problem with the dishwasher is, if you just stick your dishes in there, it just doesn't clean it, right? So you have to kind of rinse and scrub a little bit before you stick it in the dishwasher. And when you do that, you're like 80% of the way there, so might as well just clean it all by hand. Oh, you're talking like straight up minimalism. Yeah, I'm very much into that actually. So before I moved to where I am currently in February of this year, I took that as an opportunity to really downscale everything. So I got rid of a lot of stuff. I have a very simple wardrobe, very few possessions now, and I like that a lot. But in your situation, I know it's different. You know, it's always different when there's a woman and kids involved. It's kind of hard to be a minimalist when you're sharing your life with people like that. Yeah, I've always been pretty minimal overall. There was a very long period in my life where I didn't have a bed. I just had like a mattress on the floor. I didn't have a table in my kitchen. The extent of my furniture was literally just a mattress. Not because I was like struggling and dying in poverty or something, but just by choice. Well, a mattress and of course a desk for my setup for the computer, right? A desk and a chair. That's kind of where my minimalism goes out the window, is when it comes to the computer setup. Gotta have a nice little workstation. 2 monitors, all that kind of stuff. The mic stand. But yeah, I was very minimal for a long time. And then I got away from that a little bit. I started getting a little bit more, I don't know, hoardish. Oh, that's the wrong word. I was never like a hoarder, but I guess I just had more stuff. And now I'm kind of going back to minimalism a little bit. Now I'm assuming with this magic watering can I have here, I can refill it. That would be very lame if you have to buy a new one every time it runs out. That actually would have been a giant waste of points, honestly. Oh, I missed the watering. How did I miss that? Slightly off on my click. Hey Drashim, welcome in. Yeah, doing something a little bit different. I meant to do this eventually just to get the farming level up before opening the crates from Wintertodd. But the reason I'm doing it now, and sorry to people who are here who have heard the story last time I did this stream, but I was going to record the Bon Voyage quest so I could get to Fossil Island and start doing birdhouse runs. And as I was kind of planning that episode, I need to come to Zaya here, which is kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I was looking for a good teleport here, and I didn't have one. However, if you unlock this Farming Tithe minigame, you can teleport here. So I figured, you know what? Let me do a couple of streams of farming. That way I can have that teleport for when I'm ready to record my episode. So that's how I ended up here. This is my second Farming Tithe stream. I meant to only do one, but I enjoyed it last time, and I feel like I should unlock all the rewards here. Which won't take too long, but definitely more than one stream. That's a very long-winded explanation as to why I am not doing agility or fire making. This is a little bit more click-intensive activity, though. What farming level even am I? I am... God, why can't I see it? Where is it? 49. So at 54, I can upgrade the seeds I'm using here and get better experience. Have to keep an eye on that. Also, apparently you get good herb rewards by doing this. And herbs are always good. For an Ironman especially. However, I will not be getting any herbs here, at least for now. Just because I'll be getting all the other rewards. Like the seed box, the herb bag. Those will be very helpful too, just for inventory management. Drasham, I might be doing some Lord of the Rings online streams in the near-term future, I guess. I just realized, I guess they added a feature where now you can unlock more professions. So it used to be that you picked your profession and you could only have 3 crafting skills, right? But I guess now you can unlock more with some Lotro points. So I was thinking about unlocking Prospector so I can harvest resources. But I'd be starting at the first tier, right? So I'd have to go to the early maps and harvest a bunch of copper and tin and all that, and I figured that might be a pretty chill way to stream Lord of the Rings online. Can you buy only a 4th, or can you like essentially unlock all of them if you drop enough Lotro points? Did I know there are recolors for Graceful? I want to say yes, I knew that. But I don't know the details of it. I'm pretty sure I read that at some point and filed it away. Oh, that's right, Drasham. I remember reading that crafting update where you can pick any 3 now. But, I mean, I guess if you're... like, for players who have been around for a while, you would essentially have to give up your professions to re-choose, I think. So, I don't know if it's worth it for me. So, I think I'll just keep the 3 I have now and unlock the 4th one. Probably going to go with a Prospector just so I can harvest resources out in the world. Is that relatively new, Akatsuki? Or has that been out for a while? I feel like I just read about this recently. I could see them charging a lot of activity points for a recolor just because everybody in Old School RuneScape is running around with the same outfit. That you would pay anything to differentiate yourself a little bit. Yeah, Drasham, I'll have to think about it. Because right now, or my vocation, I guess, was... I don't even know what the official title is, but I guess the woodworker one. Where you're a woodworker, a forester, and farming, I think, is the 3rd one. And I never really did the farming. That one seems a little bit unrelated to what I've been doing. I guess what would be cool is to get all 3, which allow you to harvest resources from the overworld, and then 1, like, creation profession. So, for example, I would get Prospector so I can get the mining nodes, And then I would get, what is it, the woodworking one, so you can get the, or forester, so you can chop trees. And then scholar, so you could get the little scholar caskets. And then pick something that actually allows you to craft, like tailor or something like that. That might be the move. Yeah, you can't go wrong with jeweler, right? Just because that applies to every single class. Like if you pick metalsmith, for example, you're gonna essentially limit yourself to people who can use heavy armor. If you pick forester or woodworker, you're limiting yourself to people who use wooden weapons. Tailor, you're kind of limited to light and medium armor. But jeweler, every single character needs jewelry. And lots of it. How many slots do you fill up with jewelry, right? Like 2 earrings, 2 bracelets, 2 rings, a necklace. So just like statistically speaking, that's the profession that makes the most sense. Or you could come play RuneScape, which has every crafting vocation imaginable, and you do incessant grinding on each of them. That's right, they need to add more ring slots. Assumedly, every character has 10 fingers. Should be 10 rings, right? And then for the weirdos, you could get 10 toe rings. That's just ratchet, though. I could see a case for the hobbits having toe rings. There's no shame in that, Drasham. Lord of the Rings Online is certainly a at your own pace, no rush to get to the end. It's the epitome of enjoy the journey, not the destination game, so there's no shame in not having made it to the end. Hell, I've been playing since closed beta, and I've never seen the end of the game. I'm like multiple expansions behind. Yeah, RuneScape is for sure a lifetime game. Even if you max out all your skills, do every quest, if you want to finish the collection log, you're talking like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of hours, which is absolutely insane. That's why I always say I'm going to pass on this project to my children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. One day they'll be playing Dark Elf 609 once I'm long gone. They'll be working on the collection log here. Semi-joking, of course. As I would buy a ball and chain to shackle them to and leave them at the computer desk until they get 99 smithing. I should have made a mental note of how many points I need to hoard here to get everything I need. I think the next thing I'll get is the farmer's outfit. Because what is it? If you wear the full outfit, you get 2% more experience? Something like that. Alright, let me see if I can refill this thing, how that works. Alright, so it only takes one animation to refill it, which is good. Level 50 farming, that's a nice little milestone. Looking for 4 more levels before I can change the seeds. I will say the experience here is not as great as I would have thought. But I guess it will increase once I unlock the better seeds. I'm also not doing the strictly most efficient method. This one's still pretty click intensive, but it's more laid back and relaxed. Low chance of failure. Yeah, I figured the farming outfit's not really worth it from a being productive standpoint. But yeah, you're right. It's definitely a completionist thing for sure. And it's not like it's going to take that long, right? I think if I remember correctly, it's maybe 250 points or something. No, not that little. It's more than that. It's like 400. But yeah, just a couple streams, I guess. It's not bad. Plus, I could always use the farming experience from here anyway. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna unlock. I'm gonna unlock everything here. So I got the can. I need the outfit, and I need the seed box and the herb sack. So it should be a few hours. And by the time I get that, my farming level will be sufficiently high for me to be content with it in terms of opening the Winter Todd rewards. Now the herb lore, that's the real problem. But I'll worry about that later. I'm surprised nobody has complained yet, though, that I'm doing this instead of finishing the fire making since I'm so close. It's classic RuneScape, though, right? You have a plan in mind and then you get sidetracked with something else, and next thing you know, you're like 5 hours deep into it. I'm also struggling to stay focused on my single player recording. Doing Pokemon Crystal, you guys know that, but I'm already starting to think about what the next one will be, which has to be Ocarina of Time. I've been saying that for a long time, and I keep putting it off. But then, I start getting cravings for other games. Like Diablo 2. I started that one a while back, and then I lost some files, and I got discouraged from restarting, but getting in the mood for that again, and then I saw some stupid Harry Potter thing, and then I got super hyped about doing Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, not at all actually, but that game looks super cool. And I've been wanting to at least play around with that. I actually was a little bit obsessed when I was a kid with Harry Potter. Like, I love those freaking books, man. But I don't know if you guys are old enough. But after the 4th book came out, there was like a really long time between the 4th and the 5th book. And that was enough time for me to kind of grow up and forget about the story and lose interest. So after the 4th book, I never really got back into it. Until very much later, just because it's such like a cultural thing. I was like, alright, I need to like read all of these and watch the movies. The movies are garbage. The Harry Potter movies, absolute garbage. Books are decent. Books are okay. You definitely notice a change of tone between the 4th and 5th book, though. Like, the first 4, I still find very magical, and maybe it's because I had that childhood connection with it, but it seems like after the 5th book, it feels like it was... like, the series had gotten too successful, and so it feels like the writing style changed to reflect that and to almost read as, like, alright, it's gonna be a Hollywood movie one day, so I gotta write the book as such. Kind of the vibe I got. You're trying to relearn a lore master. Did you start a lore master on one of the new legendary servers, or just for the fun of it? I know people are having a lot of fun on those new legendaries, especially with the cool events. Like with the Ring Wraith coming up, right? Oh, that's right. I didn't read about the changes, but I did read that they exist, right? I know there was a big rework of the Lore Master, although I did not get into the details at all, since I guess it doesn't apply to me that much. It is always frustrating, though, when there's a big rework of your class and you have to essentially relearn it. There was one of those for the Warden a little while back, and I had to basically just... what I like to do is, like, I take all the skills off of my hotkeys and hotbars and all that, and the quick slots, and I just go through all the skills again one by one and figure out how to organize them and learn them, and it is a frustrating process. Yeah, I guess the upside is that it does kind of force you to re-examine your class and really think about it and study it a little bit, which forces you to become a better player for your own class, right? Because I'm always wanting to re-examine myself as a warden to learn and to improve, but I always put it off, right? So I was like, let me just record a few episodes. I don't want to sit down and study this. But whenever there's a giant rework, you're forced into it. There's no way around it. I will say, and I say this in a lot of the Lord of the Rings Online episodes, that I will take learning and mastering the class a lot more seriously when I'm max level. It just doesn't make sense for me to spend so much time investing into learning something that is going to change after just a few levels of leveling up. But once you're on max level, there's nothing left to unlock or change, and then you can really focus on the end game of your class and learning it and picking the right skills and traits and red line, yellow line, whatever it is. It just doesn't seem worth the time investment when everything changes every few levels. So right now I just kind of go with the flow. Yeah, it's always risky to do a big class update like that, right? You're gonna definitely upset a lot of people, but you just have to hope that in the end it's for the better. It is frustrating to invest a lot of time into a character, and then the playstyle is forcibly changed. Hopefully it's for the better, though. Change is always frustrating at first, but if the change is good, then that comes out in the end. So you've played Hogwarts Legacy, huh? Tell me what you think. What did you find? I know I've watched like a ton of videos on it, and I've gotten a few hours into a couple of Let's Plays, and it just looks very charming and enchanting to me. So I definitely want to check it out at some point. It just seems like a very, very big project that'll take up a lot of my Renaissance gaming bandwidth. I only have X number of hours to work on the channel, right? And then splitting it between Lord of the Rings Online, Old School RuneScape, and then some single-player game. When there are so many games on my to-do list, it makes me a little hesitant to bite off such a big project. Yeah, it's in the distant past, right? So it's events way before Harry Potter. I don't know, maybe I'll get the game and just kind of play it by myself without worrying about recording or anything like that. It's very weird. I forgot who was here, but I had that discussion on stream not too long ago about the fact that ever since I started this channel, very rarely do I just play a game anymore for the sake of just playing it. Usually if I'm playing something, it's for the channel. Or even if it's not, I'm constantly thinking, alright, how would I do this for the channel? How would I organize this? How would I route it? And sometimes I'll pick up a game and I'll say, alright, this is for me only, no channel. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this game. And then inevitably I get like halfway through the game and I'm like, no, I like this game too much. I'm restarting and I'm doing it for the channel. That's kind of what happened with Lord of the Rings Online, actually. I mean, I started this channel primarily with the intention of doing the Legend of Zelda series, but certainly just a bunch of single-player games. Never in a million years did I imagine at the time that I would ever want to do an MMO on the channel. So I think I was like 3 years into the channel and I was just casually playing my Lord of the Rings Online character. And I remember I got to Helm's Deep and I was riding up to Helm's Deep and it felt so freaking epic. And I was like, okay, alright, hold on. I gotta record this. Why not? Why not start a new character and start this giant adventure? And now it's, I would definitely say, the primary content of the channel, right? I think a majority of people that follow my channel are there for the Lord of the Rings Online stuff. This is one thing that frustrates me about games, is when they don't balance the sound. Like, they'll have the soundtrack, right? And one track is super quiet and the next one is like blaring your eardrums. That drives me crazy. Admittedly, Lord of the Rings Online is pretty bad about this. Like, they have some soundtrack that comes on from time to time that's just like, it feels like it's 3 times the volume of everything else. Which as a player is not terrible, but when you're recording videos, it's a nightmare. Especially when I'm editing, I'll notice that, you know, I'm recording and everything is fine, and then I'm in a certain region with a certain soundtrack playing, and then you can barely hear my voice over it. I have to go back and edit. That little speech is because of whatever track is playing on now. Barbarian Workout. It's significantly louder than the other ones we've heard so far today. Wow, how has it already been 46 minutes that I've been streaming? It feels like I've been here for 15 minutes. That's crazy. It's almost bedtime. I'm trying to get to bed early today. I've really fallen off track with my sleep schedule. I want to try to start going to the gym in the morning again before work, but That requires a very early wake up and therefore a very early bedtime. I hate waking up early, but to me, that is not as hard as going to bed early. Like, I just cannot go to bed early, man. I love staying up late into the night. It also doesn't help, and this is like a total meme. I have a new neighbor here. I live in an apartment building, and somebody just moved into the unit next to me. And I kid you not, this person is an opera singer who thinks that the wall is made of like soundproof foam or something, because she has woken me up in the middle of the night at like 2 in the freaking morning singing opera, dude. Like the Tom and Jerry cartoons where they're singing opera to the point where it shatters the wine glass. Imagine waking up to that at 2 in the morning. I swear, the first night it happened, I woke up the next morning and I was like, was that real, or did I dream that? Surely that's not real, right? That's just too absurd of a situation. Being woken up by opera at 2 in the morning. No, it was real. It was real. Admittedly, she's pretty good, but there's no opera in this world that sounds good at 2 in the morning when you're trying to get a good night's sleep. It was hilarious too, because she started with like scales, and then she did arpeggios, and then she just bust out into like full-blown opera. So yeah, I hope I can get to bed on time, and I hope I don't get woken up by opera. Alright, so I went from 85 to 120, which is what, 35 points for every 100 fruit? I guess it is kind of slow to get points here. It'll definitely take a few hours of grinding to get everything I want. That's alright though. I'm just eager to unlock the next set of seeds so I can get better experience. Dratium, there are multiple rewards here. One of them is this watering can that I'm using that holds a ton of water. Usually just the regular watering cans only hold 4 uses. So it's nice to have this, what seems like infinite use of water from this watering can. So I got that one, but then there's the farmer's outfit, which gives you increased farming experience if you farm while wearing it. There's the hat, the torso, the legs. And then there is a seed box, which is the RuneScape equivalent of Lotro's carry-all. So it essentially allows you to stick a bunch of seeds in there, so it takes up only 1 inventory slot as opposed to a bunch. And similar to that, there is the herb sack, which does the same thing, but for herbs instead of seeds. So those are the things I'm hoping to unlock. I think it's about like 600 points total maybe for all that, and I'm at 120 points. So it'll take a little while. Definitely not getting that tonight. I think it'll take a good, I don't know, 8 hours of grinding. Be right back in a couple minutes. Just gonna take a quick bathroom break. All right, I'm back. Hey, Suladon, welcome in. Sorry, but you're coming in at the wrong time because I'm on my last little run here before leaving. Trying to get to bed early so I can start the week off right. I'm just trying to get one last level. I'm at 53. So when I get to 54, I can change the seeds to the level 54 seeds. And I think after this harvest, should have enough. This always happens. Well, not always, but it happens frequently where I have essentially a very silent stream, and then right as I'm getting ready to leave, a few people start trickling in. There were a couple of people here in the beginning, and we chatted a little bit, but it's been mainly a chill, silent stream. Been watching some little documentaries on my phone here on the side. Alright, this should put me at 54. Alright, very good. Perfect. Now I can use the better seeds. That way next time I stream this, I should be getting significantly more experience. Yeah, the Bologano seed. And I have 238 points. I could get a couple pieces here. Guess I'll get the hat to start. Maybe the boots. Nice. Alright, so that's gonna do it for this stream. Thank you guys who were here. Sorry again, Suladon, that I'm leaving right as you come in. Promise it's not you. Just trying to get to bed on time. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Probably gonna keep doing a few more streams of the farming here until I get all of the rewards. So I think it should be a good, like, anywhere between 6 to 8 hours worth of streaming farming. So 1 or 2 more streams. Oh, Dracian, you've been chilling here the whole time. I thought you left. But yeah, thanks for stopping by as well. See you all.